face to you. Let me know y'all ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I burnt my mouth in that soup. Okay, we're good. Kale, how about Shemal Shah, about Shemakakadash, the Wadi, how about Hashem, Washem, like how Shah for this day. I pray you, Biblical Shah God, that I'm listening to this prayer. How about Shemal Shah, the water for allowing us to congregate virtually, the water for just blessing me with these sisters, and I just pray we continue to move in the spirit of righteous foremothers. I pray we continue to build one another up through the spirit and bear one another burdens and continue to fight these spiritual demons together. I pray that all things be done decently ordered on this call. And I pray that whatever you put in our spirit to do and say we do it. Call how about Shemal Shah, the water for bringing us this marvelous light. And I just pray we continue to apply these precepts to our life. How about Shemal Shah, continue to endure. And I pray keep angels dispatched on Yasharala. And we pray for these things if it will be in thy will. You want to say how Shah's name, amen. Call how about Shemal Shah, like how Shah, about Shemakakadash.
Ah.
Let me clean my nose. Okay. All right. Okay. So the Most High, last week he had me through the spirit do a hair mask on my hair, and the day I did that, he had me actually texting with a sister. I think she's gonna join the call a little bit later, but he had me texting with a sister, and through the spirit, she sent me a picture and was like, "You can't pour from an empty cup," and I was like, "What does that mean?" I don't think I've ever heard anything like that before. So I'm like, what does that mean? And so she goes to say, like, you can't give what you don't have. Bitterness truth doesn't mean neglect yourself. And I was like, oh. I was like, you right on. You on to something. You on to something. I was like, that's definitely right. And I was like, I really needed to hear that. So, after just having a conversation with her, the Most High had me, he just had me do a hair mask on my hair. It ain't did a hair mask on my hair since the Most High knows how long it's been. And I really don't keep up with my hair as I should. It's just like I don't do the things that I used to when it comes to like just self-care. And there's nothing wrong with taking care of ourselves. And when it comes to taking care of ourselves, we got to take care of ourselves spiritually as well. And so the Most High just had on my spirit to just talk about this with sisters. Like the Most High had me say through the spirit, like 2 calls ago, like I don't ever want to get on the call and just make it seem like I'm just teaching, because that's not what it is. This is a dialogue between us, for us to all just talk about it, us to all share our input and things of that nature, just to talk to one another, amongst one another, so kind. But because our role as a woman, it requires a lot of us. We got to cook, we got to clean, we're all trying to move in as far as foremothers. So it has to be a just balance with everything. But there's nothing wrong. We can't forget to take care of ourselves, because how can we be a better sister, a better wife, a better mother? How can we be a better end of these things if we're not even taking care of ourselves? Because you can't give what you don't have. So it all really starts with self-examining, and that's the first point I want to bring out really quick through the spirit. 2 Corinthians 13:5. Hold on. Wait a minute. It all starts with the person in the mirror. So let me get the precept on the screen real quick. So this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. And it reads, examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith, prove your own selves, know ye not your own selves, how they have a shot in you, except we be reprobates. So the Most High just kind of had me just write down some things I wanted to bring up the spirit on the call. And, we got to self-examine ourselves, because how can we love our neighbor as we love ourselves? We don't even love ourselves. It all starts with the person in the mirror. How can we be gentle with our sisters when we don't even know how to be gentle with ourselves? How can we be patient with our sisters when we don't even know how to be patient with ourselves? So it all starts with the person in the mirror. We got to self-examine. We got to self-examine to see what type of spirit we're moving in. We got to self-examine to see, what type of fruits of the spirits we're moving in. We got to self-examine to see, do we really love ourselves? We got to self-examine to see, are we really in this truth? Are we really fasting, praying, studying, reading like we should? We got to self-examine to see, are we really going hard how we can? Are we really loving ourselves? We got to ask ourselves all these questions, because it starts with the person in the mirror. So the key question is, how can we be of service to others when we can't even be of service to ourselves? How can we be that better sister to our sisters? We don't even know how to treat ourselves. If you're a wife, how can you be a better wife to your husband if you don't even know how to be gentle to yourself? You don't even know how to talk gentle to your sisters, because you can't even be gentle with yourself. So it all starts with the person in the mirror, And where there's no law, there's no sin. There's no law that says when you come into the truth, neglect yourself. It has to be a just balance in everything. So, if anybody wanted to elaborate on that, the floor is yours. I'm going to yield for now.
I guess I could say with this, like I said before, like, it is true, like, once you come to the truth, we forget the fact that we still got to take care of ourselves like we used to before. So, for example, with me, like I said before, it's my hair. I got to put more time into my hair. If I want my hair to grow and be very, very long, I got to put forth the effort, instead of being a hypocrite and looking on YouTube and, putting forth the building on it, but then stopping and getting doubtful,
Hold on. And I know, like, in the world, like, I used to make sure my self-care is on top of it. We need to examine our character on the inside, examine and just see, what type of spirits we're moving in. And taking care of ourselves doesn't just mean, spa day, a facial day. It also means, just taking care of our spirit as well. We got to take care of our mind, our spirit, our body. We got to take care of all these things in this truth. So it really all starts with the person in the mirror, and examine, from what I got in the BOB, it means to try whether a thing can be done, to try, make trial of, or test. So we gotta test ourselves. We gotta self-examine and just really kind of just thoroughly investigate within ourselves, what type of spirit we're moving in, what can we do better in this area? And, when we self-examine, we see what we lack in, we see how it could be better. And then that profits us, because now when we see the areas we lack in, all person Most High revealing it to us, we apply it to our lives, we start to work in those areas. When the Most High allows us to see we slack at being gentle with our sisters, but it's not that's not what the root is. The root is because we don't even know how to be gentle with ourselves. Now we work on that. Now we apply it. That's where self-examining profits us, because now we work on the areas we slack in and we strive to do better. So we need to self-examine to see how we can sharpen up in these areas. So self-examine is one of the first things I want to point out through the spirit. We got to self-examine to just see where we at in this walk, see where our spirit at, see where our mind at, see what we're doing, and how we can be better to, better take care of ourselves, better take care of our loved ones around us, and be a better service to them. And most importantly, Yahweh Shema Shah. So Kai, if anybody had anything to say on that, I yield.
Also, with examining ourselves, like you said before, we need to do like a deep investigation, because if we don't do this, how will we ever expect to grow or to meet some goals that we have set for ourselves, whether it's spiritually or physically? So we will have to, examine ourselves, see whether in the faith. I forgot what precept that was, but we got to examine ourselves to see where we at, and if we need improvement, we got to put forth the effort to do so.
Exactly. How we gonna know? Self-examining helps us grow. How we gonna know we need to work on this fruit of the spirit better if we're not self-examining? How we know if we need to be more patient with ourselves if we're not self-examining, more patient with our sisters, more patient with your husband, etc., etc. So first I want to bring out the spirit. And then I wanted to go to Proverbs 11:1. And it's a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just balance is delight. So a just balance is required in all things. Being in this truth, a just balance is required because a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So we must have a just balance in everything we do, right? There's a just balance in eating healthy, in eating sweets, because I love ice cream. Yeah, I already know this. I love ice cream, but I can't eat ice cream every single day. It has to be a just balance in how much I eat my ice cream and how much of it I eat. You feel me? It got to be a just balance and, doing the works, reading, studying, praying, and fasting, and a just balance of relaxing. It has to be a just balance in everything. So in this sense, it has to be a just balance in, wanting to do your hair, wanting to get your feet done. You got to make sure your how about show my show, like how Shah is coming first, is being a chief foundational cornerstone. We got to make sure that doing the works is our first priority, seeking the kingdom of Yahweh Shah, his righteousness is our first priority. So it has to be a just balance and everything. There's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. There's nothing wrong with going to the pedicure shop where the Moabites be and getting your feet done. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your eyebrows done. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your hair done. There's nothing wrong with these things. If you can find a precept that says something wrong with it, then I'll shut the whole car down. But I have yet to find one. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's okay to take care of ourselves, but it has to be a just balance in doing so. The Most High must come first. Doing the works must come first. But there's okay to make time for yourself. What happened to the me time? We got to have me time. Just us and the Lord. Ain't nothing wrong with going on a walk to the park. Ain't nothing wrong with just sitting in nature and just meditating. There's nothing wrong with these things. It has to be a balance. It's okay to do these things. So with that, I wanted to kind of lead to Romans 4:15. Like I said, if you can find a precept that says something wrong with it, I'll shut the whole car down and I'll leave. But Romans 4:15, because the law worketh wrath for where no law is, there's no transgression. So we're not transgressing against the law when we want to get our hair done. We're not transgressing against the law. We want to do a facial. We're not transgressing against the law. We want to go out to eat with ourselves, have some me time, go on a date with ourselves. We're not transgressing law when we do these things. So why do we feel like it's wrong to do so? Being in this truth does not mean neglect yourself. So it's okay to do these things. I can't stress enough. It is okay, but the balance must be there. There has to be a just balance in everything. There's a just balance of how many times you cook unhealthy and how many times you go in there and cook burgers and fries. It's a just balance with everything we do. You're never wrong with doing these things.
Yeah.
You kind of want to sip on some wine and watch a movie after the call. Who said something wrong with that? I wish I had some yan. That sound good right now.
Who you telling?
And I'm wrong with doing these things, What are some ways like y'all like to self-care, personally? Because me personally, I like to get my feet done. I like to do hair masks, facials at home. I like to just sit back and relax. Sometimes I like to just go in nature, spend time with the Most High. But what are some ways y'all take care of yourself, self-care spiritually and mentally and physically? What are some things y'all do?
Me, what I do, I like to sit back and play my game. And once I need play my game, once I feel like I need a break. Once I need a breather, or I might just go on YouTube, watch something scary, watch something funny, to keep me balanced or to keep me, afloat and not feel so weighted down. But as far as going out, I like to go out, get my nails done, go get my hair done, go to the beauty supply store, treat myself. Little things like that, what I'm able to do as of right now. So that's what I like to do.
I like to go shopping too, but these curses hitting different right now. So haven't hit much
Amazon
of that.
Good. I still Amazon.
God, Amazon, definitely.
But them beauty supply trips hit different, okay? Them hit different.
God.
About to buy the whole stove.
Okay. Time. For me, I would say I literally just had a self-care day like 2 days ago. And I was thinking, dang, like Kenzie reminded me when she said it. I was like, dang, I ain't had a self-care day in like months, boy. So I did a little facial. I went out and got this body scrub. I put that on. I did my feet. I did my hair. I was like relaxing, okay? You had a little wine later, little movie. So, you kind of gotta treat yourself. It's okay. Like some people think that, being in the shoot is boring. And it's like we literally have to take care of ourselves. Like the Most High wants us to take care of ourselves and love ourselves and treat ourselves. Like it's not like you're coming in truth and like you can't absolutely do nothing. Like Kenzie said, where there's no law, there's no sin. Like, and plus we women, like we're young women. We want to look presentable. If you have a husband, you want to take care of yourself. You don't want to walk around with your toenails growing for 2-3 months and you ain't clipped them.
Looking like a Sasquatch.
Okay, and your hair been nappy, matted up. You been in your bonnet all day. Your man don't want to see that. Can't be doing that. So
kind of got boogers hanging out your nose, eye crust been in your mouth all day. And you ain't brushed your teeth.
Stuck in your hair.
He kind of asked you, babe, why you got that? He kind of asked you, babe,
everyone to relax. For everyone to relax, Dr. Tills has this what is this stuff? It's some bubble bath, some rosemary bubble bath. When I tell you the first time I tried it, my body was at ease. They have this type of spray, lavender spray that you spray on your pillow. Best feeling ever. They got this bubble bath. They got lotion. It is amazing. I gotta use it again. I'm just so used to hopping in the shower and hopping out, instead of sitting down and soaking, using the bubble bath.
I know in the world when I was younger, my mom, she used to do facials with us. She wouldn't like do the homemade facial, but she would buy the facial already made. She would just put it on our face. She would put it on our face and she would take like some fresh cucumbers and put it on our eyes. We'd be laid back like that. And my mama, boy, I don't know where she learned to do it at. That's just the spirit. But she knew how to do a mean pedicure. She used to do my feet for me. I used to never go to the shop until I got 12 and I just wanted to go because my mama, she would never let me go to the nail shop to get my nails did until I got let me not say that because I don't remember I want to be first witness, but I know she never used to let me get, fake nails until I was 12. I remember my first set, they was about this short. It was about this short. They was blue, my favorite color. But mama, she used to do my pedicure for me. She used to do our face mask. That's when I was real young, like about 9. So there's nothing wrong with doing these things. Where there's no law, there's no sin. There's nothing wrong with just taking some you time. You feel me? Taking care of yourself, because that's what we need to do in this truth. And I was gonna pull this precept later. Lord willing, I can bring it back out later. But I wanted to pull this precept. I was gonna bring it out more towards the end, but I'm just pull it out now. It's Ephesians 5:29. And like I said, how can we love our neighbors as we love ourselves if we don't even love ourselves? And how can we be a better sister and a better servant unto others? And when it all starts with the person in the mirror, we won't even know how to treat ourselves. It don't work like that. It all starts with the person in the mirror. And honestly, I need to try that. Oh, yeah, and about the Dr. Teal stuff that I was talking about, I know exactly what you're talking about, sis. She just, I be getting the, I think last time I got the lavender one, but they be having one that puts you to sleep. I kid you not. They have one that, I kid you not, you will fall asleep in that tub. Them face things hit different. They really hit different.
I never had that.
Slovakia. My king actually bought. Slovakia. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say my king had bought the Dr. Teal's one, the sleep one for me a while back, but turns out it's unclean, so don't buy that one. I don't know about all the Dr. Teal's products, but the sleep one, that one's
what you mean it's unclean?
They got pork in it.
What? They put pork in.
No way.
Wait, you mean to tell me it's pork glycerin in that, bruh?
Yep. Esau for you.
I'm looking at my rosemary one right now.
I can't stand Esau. The water that. The water so much.
All praise to the Most High.
These things right here, they be $20. They massage your feet. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and
Yeah.
they warm up too. The water warms up and it gets like hot on your feet. Put a little feet scrub. Girl, order it, sis.
We used to have these. My mama,
I'm telling
she used to
you,
be
the
big
best.
bush. We used to have these right here. They like house shoes.
Oh yes, those are so
Yeah.
cute. And oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I need that.
That's cool to do these things. This is someone can this is how I took this precept. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh. Giselle said, I think a form of self-care is staying active as well as doing something form of activity. Kind of doing a little workout, feel me? Hey, you can even go hiking or something like that. Me and y'all and I, we was in Georgia, we went to the Stone Mountain in Georgia. Man, that walk was so long. I felt like I was, I felt like we was walking up a hey, that walk was mean. Even going hiking or something like that, or just doing something in nature, taking care of yourself as well physically. But this is Ephesians 5:29. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourished it and cherished it, even as the Lord the church. So how I took this precept, no one hates themselves. They nourish and cherish themselves. They nourish themselves. They give themselves love. That's how I took that precept. If anybody else took that precept a different way, you biblical shot can elaborate more on that. But that's how I took that precept personally through the Spirit. Don't nobody hate his own flesh. Don't nobody hate yourself, but you nourish it. You give yourself love. You be gentle with yourself. And our role as a woman, the whole role of a woman was to be a helpmeet. We was here to help our men. We're here to be there for our sisters. We're here to help. A helpmeet is a helper. We're here to help our sisters, bear burdens with our sisters, help our men, help our kings, help your husband if you have one. We're here to do these things. But how can you even be of service to anybody else when you don't even know how to take care of yourself, when you can't even be gentle with yourself, you can't even love yourself, you can't even be patient with yourself? I guarantee you can't be patient with the next sister. If I don't know how to be patient with myself, I can't even show that to you. Because how can you love somebody you don't even love yourself? So that's just what that just makes me think of through the Spirit.
I do have a precept. This is just an example of taking care of yourself. This is Sirach 31 and verse 19 to 21, and it reads, "A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed. Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. He riseth early, and his wits are with him. But the pain of watching and toiler and pangs of the belly are with an unstable man. And if thou hast been forced to, if thou hast been forced to eat, arise before the vomit, and thou shalt have rest." So basically, we don't need to overstuff ourselves. If you full, you had enough, you can't eat no more. Stop eating. So you won't wake up with stomach aches, or you gotta throw up or anything. So that right there just shows how we need to take care of our health. But that's at least what I took from it.
I like a coffee. I like them. Peppermint good. Hey, I think peppermint's got pork in it.
What got pork in it?
I think peppermint's got pork in it.
So again, you like that on my end.
Yeah, I think peppermints, the ones that look like these, got pork in it.
See, I don't even eat peppermints. I'll just go straight for the gum. Is this app I use called Scan Halal that check ingredients on your phones. if you scan the barcodes, it checks the ingredients on there.
I use that too. I don't use it for everything though, because like you can scan the example. You still gotta, I use that too, but not for everything, because like you can scan some chips and it'll tell you like pork in it, but it ain't gonna tell you if it's seaweed in there, it ain't gonna tell you it got seaweed in there. Like kind of the water lily. Like me and y'all and I went to the Walmart last week. We was grocery shopping, get stuff for dinner. And y'all and I were making her famous pasta, y'all. She make a mean black and salmon pasta, boy. But ain't nobody bought them like that, so we did chicken. But she was making a pasta sauce. And the most I had her look at the ingredients. And that's how we know this is spirit, because we don't use this heavy whipping cream so many times, but this is the Walmart brand. So she was like, bruh. And I'm like, what? I'm trying to guess like what's going on, what's wrong, because like I said over her face, she's like, look at this. I was like, it's full. She's like, look at it. I said, it's molded. She said, look at the ingredients. I seen carrageenan. I said, yo, I was like, this can't be real. This can't be real.
Me and my mom went to the grocery store before too, and we was looking for this buttermilk, because like we started putting, like, as we fry chicken, of course we season it with dipping the egg in the flour and cook it like that. So she tried buttermilk, and I think I was in the kitchen doing something. Lord just had me to look at ingredients. It has carrageen. It's called I actually got to pull it up. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Farm Dairy Gourmet Buttermilk. That has carrageen in it.
Yep, definitely got carrageenan in it. And I was like, yo. And I had to just repent, because I've used that so many times on so many of my dishes. And then we went back to the store. The most I had us go back to the store to see if we could find a clean one. So I'm looking at the half and half Walmart brand, carrageenan. I'm looking at for some reason, I'm convinced all the heavy whipping creams got carrageenan in it, because me and y'all not just checking the different brands. It all say carrageenan. The only thing we found that was clean was the Dairy Pure. So like, yeah, I know I'm getting off topic. So like, yeah, I can get back on topic real quick. But this is the Dairy Pure half and half.
It's cool.
This was clean. It was Dairy Pure. I don't know why they ain't pulling it up, because they know that it was clean. Was it Dairy Pure or Land O'Lakes, y'all? I think it definitely was Dairy Pure.
Let me see. I took a screenshot.
It was Dairy Pure.
Dairy Pure.
This was the clean one. This was clean. This was clean. So but anyways,
You so wicked.
So we just gotta check ingredients on everything, really. They be putting dry seaweed in chips, but we just gotta check ingredients on anything. But anyways, getting back to the topic. So like we just gotta take care of ourselves. So I want us to go to Ecclesiastes next, Lord willing. Oh, Yawana and Lily, y'all joined late, but I had asked the sisters, what are some ways y'all self-care? What are some ways y'all take care of yourselves? Whether it be like self-care, being gentle with yourself, showing love to yourself, or taking care of yourself spiritually. What are some things y'all do through the spirit?
I sleep. I like to sleep. I don't play with my sleep. Everybody that know me, I like to take my naps. That's my time. I like to sleep. But other than that, my peace, I don't know. It's going to sound weird, but I like being in the bathroom. If you're ever around me, if I'm in the bathroom, I'm going to be in there for a minute. Not even doing nothing.
God, I do that.
Just sitting in there, just chilling through the spirit. But yeah, I like to be in the bathroom, sometimes I like to do face masks, with the little Indian clay, whatever it's called. Every morning I try to go outside and just kind of look, in the morning, just kind of look out, just look at Most High's creation, meditate upon ordinances of the Lord, and pray while I'm out there. And yeah. What else? Yes, yes. My King's camp is in Tallahassee. Yeah. Okay. You too. So I can.
Where you at?
But I'm at Walmart. brother stopped me. He said, "Are you Israel?" No, what it looked like. See, you got my friends on. Anyways, yeah. Why are you laughing?
Be nice.
So I feel my bad. I was nice. Y'all saw I was nice. I was trying to be respectful. You know, we ain't supposed to be
All right, talking about some what it looked like.
My bad. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I just get real. But yeah, so like, I'll pass it to Lily. I'm done.
She typed in a chat that she just got a massage, or she likes to go walk in or sit outside. I need to honestly do that more, because I was talking to a sister and she said, that's just we can be more in tune with the Most High through the Spirit. We're just in His nature. Now, so Lord willing, I can definitely just do that more. I'm actually with my king right now in Albany on his campus, and he said there's a lake nearby, and he goes there, and it's really, really pretty. So Lord willing, we can go. Lord willing, we can go, but we were supposed to go today, but yesterday really, because sundown. But man's going to the Lord. It was 50 degrees yesterday, and we couldn't go. But it's crazy because it was just 70, 80 degrees on Sunday, and I was in the 50s. I need so I could plan with the weather. But I'm not anybody gonna go sit by no lake while it's cold. So Lord willing, the temperature kick up and we can go to the lake. Because I like to be outside in nature as well. That's really nice.
It's a beautiful place. Me and my family went to like years ago. It's a place called Sweetwater Creek.
Are you?
And that's like a nice place to go to.
Are you in Atlanta?
God.
That's crazy. I didn't even know you was in Atlanta. But when you said Sweetwater Creek, I seen it on TikTok. Places to go to. Yeah, it looks so pretty.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
No praises.
I would recommend it.
Lord willing, I can definitely go there if I go to Atlanta anytime soon again. But
where you at?
I stay in Texas.
What? For some reason, I always thought you was in Georgia. I'm like, okay, why is she starting an hour behind if she's in Georgia?
No, I've been in Georgia for the past like 5-6 weeks because I've been out of school. So I've been in Georgia with my head this entire time. And I just love Yawana's place on Sunday. So I was with Yawana for a week, but I've been in Georgia for like a good 5-6 weeks. But no, I stay in Texas. I should be returning back shortly.
Oh, I thought you was in Georgia.
I will not be here soon permanently though, but anyways. So I'll count our praises. It's nice to know what y'all like to do. If y'all know me, y'all, I love to watch a good movie. So I like to watch movies if I'm not like taking care of myself spiritually or just like doing my hair or something. I like to watch a good movie or whatever. I really like mystery movies or like movies with suspicion. Action movies are my favorite, but those mystery, suspicion, thriller, psychological movies, those hit different. The movies with the crazy people, them hit different. But what else do I like to do? I think that's pretty much it for now. I haven't got a pedicure in a minute, but I love me a good pedicure. And like y'all, when I say when I go to the bathroom, that'd be like my chill spot. I just go in the bathroom and just chill. Just ain't in there doing nothing, just chilling. But
I thought it was just me. But I do that too.
But this is Ecclesiastes 7:16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldst thou destroy thyself? So we don't want to be over righteous and telling ourselves we don't want to be over righteous, telling ourselves like, no, I can't take care of myself. I can't do my hair. We just don't want to be over righteous because we already pulled through the spirit where there's no law, there's no sin. You can't find me a precept saying there's something wrong with taking care of yourself. And in a minute, we're going to get into taking care of ourselves ultimately goes back to the Most High because first of all, we got to take care of ourselves spiritually, most importantly. So it all goes back to the Most High, but there's nothing wrong with taking care of ourselves. So we don't want to be over righteous. We don't want to be a super brute, like something wrong with taking care of ourselves. We don't want to be over righteous, because why shouldst thou destroy thyself? There's nothing wrong. And I have locks now, so I definitely gotta do better with Sister Lily dropped in the chat, direct 14 and 14. Defraud not thyself of the good day, let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. So don't defraud yourself of a good day, and let not a part of a good desire overpass thee. But I never really understood what that second part went into. So if somebody wanted to elaborate on that and break that down, but I know for defraud not thyself of a good day, but if somebody wants to elaborate on Sirach 14 and 14.
I guess what I can give it a try. Towards the end, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. So basically, like you're saying, basically like the precept you brought out was basically do not be over righteous much. So if you see that it's beautiful outside, don't neglect it and just stay in the house. Oh, I can't do this. I gotta be in the Bible 24/7. Like, you see something good, something that pleases you, go out and do it, and not let it overpass you. Because what if you don't have another day, or what if tomorrow be worse than today?
That's the spirit. Lily just said the same thing. So, don't let the opportunity pass you by. You may never get another chance to do it again. The water, sis, for breaking it down. I don't want to. I'm gonna just say your Hebrew name, Kana. Did I pronounce that right? It's like if I butchered it.
Kana. Oh yeah, it's cool. It changed.
Huh?
You talking about my name?
Your Hebrew name. Did I pronounce it right? Kana.
Kana. Yeah, I thought it was still showing my first and last name, but Khan's Kana or Kiki.
Kiki, okay. Kiki, beautiful breakdown. The water lily as well. But so Sister Lily again dropped Sirach 14 and 14. Defraud not thyself of a good day, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. So you got the money to get a pedicure. Hey, you want a pedicure? Hey, go get a pedicure. You might not have that money again for a minute. You know how these curses be. If you got, we just don't want to let these things pass us by, because we know our health will break a little soon. We already know we won't be, this. We know this is not our rest, but we know when our hair break a little soon, there's not going to be a time to go get our feet done, or a time to just sit back. So do these things while we can, in righteousness and a just balance, of course. I wanted to go to Leviticus 19 and 18. I already kind of brought this out earlier, but I'm going to just get the precept really quick. Leviticus 19 and 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbors thyself unto the Lord. So, we're supposed to love our sisters as ourselves. We're supposed to love Israel as ourselves. We're supposed to love and treat our people as we would ourselves. But how can we love someone and we don't even show love to ourselves? You can't give what you don't have. You can't pour from an empty cup. So how can you, show the fruits of the spirits to your sisters when you're not even walking in the fruits of the spirits? How can you show the fruits of the spirit to your husband if you have one, if you're not even walking the fruits of the spirit? How can we be loving and kind towards our sisters and our husband if you have one, if you're not even doing it to yourself? So we're supposed to love our neighbors, we love ourselves, and that's a commandment from Yahweh Hashem, like Habashah. And it all starts with the person in the mirror, it all starts with us. So if we're not doing it to ourselves, then how can we even do it to another person? We can't. It don't work like that. That's backwards. So kind of, anybody had anything they wanted to elaborate off of that, the floor is yours.
I would like to say that was like a beautiful precept. I wasn't even thinking of that precept. How you just broke that down, I wasn't even thinking about that precept.
This is all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Shah. The next one I wanted to get through the spirit. Sorry. This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. Know ye not that you are the temple of Yahweh, and that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy, for the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. So we are the temple of Yahweh by Hashem Hamashem Shai. We got to take care of ourselves, physically and spiritually as well. But we got to take care of our temple of the Most High by not defiling it with any unclean food. feeding ourselves physically with clean food, making sure we're not eating pork. We already know, taking care of ourselves physically, also just make sure you're working out, stuff like that, something I need to start back doing for sure. But just taking care of yourselves physically, not defiling the temple of the Most High by just putting anything unclean in it. You feel what I'm saying? As far as food wise. But what about spiritually as well? We got to take care of our spiritual. We got to take care of our spirit as well. Now we got to take care of our spirit as well. Because the spirit of the Most High dwells in us, and the Most High Spirit is not going to dwell in anybody that got all these wicked, nasty spiritual demons in their spiritual tabernacle. So we take care of our spiritual temples, but what about spirits as well? We got to take care of our spiritual temples and not allow all these spiritual demons just dwelling in us. We got to continue to fight these spiritual demons and fight them off, and ask the Most High to cleanse our heart and cleanse our temple from these nasty spiritual demons, because we can't have these spirits just dwelling in us, defiling the Most High spiritual tabernacle. We got to keep our spiritual tabernacle cleansed as well. So like I said, how the Most High had me say through the Spirit. So like taking care of ourselves ultimately goes back to the Most High, because we have to take care of ourselves spiritually. It all starts, it ultimately goes back to the Most High, because we got to take care of ourselves spiritually as well. By making sure, our spirit is just cleansed and purged from these wicked spiritual demons. Lily dropped in Luke 4:4, and Yahweh answered him, saying, "It is written that man shall not live by word alone, but by every word of Yahweh." And she also drops Sirach 30:25. A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. Got to be mindful of the food we're putting in our bodies. Like I said, I like ice cream, but I got to have a just balance of how much I eat ice cream. We like to cook. We got to have a just balance of how many. I ain't had homemade burgers and fries in so long, but we gotta have a just balance of how often we go in the kitchen and cook some fried chicken, and how often we go in the kitchen and cook some homemade burgers and fries. Giselle dropped in the chat, Mark 1:35, and in the morning rising up a great while before day, he went out and departed into a solitary place and there prayed. She said this is a form of self-care, spiritually self-care, having your own time by yourself with the Most High. So Yahweh departed. Yahweh withdrew himself. Yahweh had a long time. How much more us? We got to have that alone time with the Most High. We also just got to, there's nothing wrong with separating ourselves. We gotta let me find out. I had another precept on that. It's not here. This is Luke 5:16. And he withdrew himself into the wilderness and prayed. And I have some notes I took in my phone. Whether you're having a bad day or whatever, you can withdraw. Whoever you got to withdraw, whatever you got to withdraw from, do it. Don't be scared. How can you be a service to others and your mental health isn't right? If the spirit compelling you to do something and you don't do it, then you're moving contrary to the spirit. If you move contrary to the spirit, you're moving in the flesh, and if you're moving in the flesh, that's going off. And Yahweh was always willing to part from himself, and we got to as well. How much more us? That's some notes I took from this quick 5-minute video I watched. But ain't nothing wrong with departing. Yahweh did that. So we definitely got to make sure we're departing and spending that one-on-one alone time with the Most High. Especially because it requires a lot for us as women. If you got a husband, you got to tend to your husband. We also got to be here for our sisters. Whenever the Most High makes us mothers or whatever the case may be, you got to tend to the children. It's a lot of different things we got to do. We also got to step away and have that one-on-one time with the Most High and just meditate on his word. As Yahweh said, just meditating on the ordinances of the Most High, meditating on how we can do better, just meditating on the Most High's word. So that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful precept, Giselle, the water for bringing that out. That's also another way of taking care of ourselves.
Oh, praise God. So I got 2 precepts, or 3. This is Proverbs 31:13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. So as long as we're staying occupied, whether it's spiritual or physically, that keeps us, from wicked thoughts or evil thoughts. So, when we stay occupied on what we're doing, I keep our mind pure and keep us focused on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. The second precept in the same chapter is verse 17. She girded her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. So like how y'all spoke about working out, we got to stay fit, whether, you taking classes or you do homemade workouts, you got to take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically. And the final precept I have is Galatians 5:16-17. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that we would. So we have to stay in the spirit as much, as we can. So, we won't go off or, get doubtful and do things that we cannot do or wouldn't do if we was in the spirit.
We gotta do everything we can to, just move in the spirit, because we can't be moving in the flesh. We all know this is just a spiritual walk with the Most High. So we gotta do everything we can to move in the spirit and stay in the spirit. And also 1 Corinthians 3:17 said, if any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy. So we don't want to be defiling the temple of the Most High, whether that's physically or spiritually. We don't want to treat the Most High temple bad. Okay. Lord willing, I'm gonna get the precept Lily pulled earlier. So this is Sirach 30:15-16. Health and good state of body are above all gold, and a strong body. So like health and good state of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. There's no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of a heart. So health and good state of body are above all gold. That's better than gold. A strong body above infinite wealth. That's better than everlasting wealth. That's better than so much wealth. So we got to take care of our bodies physically and spiritually as well, and make sure we're in good health. Making sure we're in good health spiritually, making sure we're in good health physically. Having just balance of what you eat. You feel me? Taking care of yourselves physically, and most importantly, spiritually. Make sure we're in good spiritual health. Making sure we're in good mental health. Being mindful of the thoughts we allow in our heads. Asking the Most High to cleanse our heart, because these wicked thoughts come from the heart. These wicked thoughts come from the heart. It said in Matthew 17, I believe, or Matthew 15. I think it's Matthew 15. So we got to ask the Most High to cleanse our heart. But we got to be in good health spiritually as well. Make sure we're spiritually healthy. By making sure we're taking care of our spiritual tabernacle, making sure we're fasting and praying, getting these demons off of us. Making sure our spirit is a good health, and our spirit is not defiled by all these spiritual demons. It's not just how I read this precept, health and good state of a body. It's not just talking about physical, also, but just spiritually as well. Since that I feel like that's where they get health as well from. And then there's no riches above sound body, and no joy above the joy of a heart. So there's no joy better than the joy of a heart. There's nothing more. What did I write down? Salakia. And there's no riches that can come above a sound body. So we got to make sure, we're taking care of ourselves physically and spiritually, really making sure, most importantly, spiritually, because we're in this spiritual walk. And we can work out all we want, get our head done all we want, but if we're not taking care of our spirit, it all goes to naught, because the Most High is not looking on our outer appearance, he's looking at our inward appearance. It said in 1 Samuel 16:7. So ultimately, we got to, most importantly, take care of our spiritual health, making sure we're good health, making sure our mental health is right, making sure our spirit is right, and then making sure we're physically right. So that comes with, fasting, praying, reading, meditating upon the word, living by this word. you know, because the word is life, living by this word, you know. So if anybody had anything want to elaborate on that. Also, just being mindful of what we feed our body and spirit, being mindful of different spirits we carry, purging ourselves from these spirits, Lord willing, and being cleansed from these unclean spirits. You know, Matthew 17:21, you know, because some demons don't leave without prayer and fasting. So we got to make sure we're fasting, reading, studying, like the sister Kiki said, doing everything we can and stay in the spirit and move in the spirit, not move in the flesh. And definitely, most importantly, got to take care of our spirit. Health definitely is wealth. Like Sis Lily said, health definitely is wealth. You know, that's what, like, the Most High had me say at the beginning of the call, you know, self-examining, you know, that's where it all starts at. We got to self-examine. We got to self-examine and see what type of spirits we're moving in. We got to self-examine to see, are we really moving the fruits of the spirit? Are we really being gentle? Are we really showing love, you know? And if we're not, how can we do this if we're not doing it to ourselves? And we self-examine, we do better. That helps us grow. That's help us work in the areas we need to lack in. So like Sister Kiki said, through the spirit, how can we ever grow if we don't self-examine to see what we need to work on? So we got to self-examine to see what type of spirits we're moving in, to see what we need to work in, to see what fruits of the spirits we lack in, to see how we can be a better service to our sisters, you know. But definitely taking care of our spirit as well. And then with that, I wanted to just kind of bring out 1 Peter 3 and 4. And it reads, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of meek and quiet spirit, which is the sight of Yahweh, which is in the sight of Yahweh of great price. So there's nothing more of a great price than a meek and quiet spirit in the eyes of the Most High. So like I said, you just gotta have a just balance and everything. Like the Most High had me say, you know, we can work out all we want, we can take care of our hair all we want, we can take care of our face all we want, but if we're not taking care of our spirit, most importantly, it all goes to naught, because in the sight of the Most High, a meek and quiet spirit is a great price. So we got to take care of our spirit. Like Sister Lily said, not being of the Pharisees. Matthew 23 and 25, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you may clean the outside of the cup of the platter, but within they are full of extortation and excess. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside them may be clean also. So we got to cleanse our spirit first before we can even attempt to take care of our physical, you know, because you can be a pretty demon. You can be a real pretty demon, you know, so we got to cleanse our spirit and see what type of spirits are moving in to see, are we really moving in the spirit versus 4 months? Are we really, you know, walking in the fruits of the spirit? You know, are we really in this truth? Are we really in the faith? Are we really praying, fasting, and studying like we should? You know, because the Most High is looking at our heart. That's why I said, but let the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible. So a meek and quiet spirit in the sight of the Most High is a great, great, great price. So that's why we got to check our spirit. Are we really moving in a meek and quiet spirit? Are we really moving like our righteous foremother Sarah? Are we really moving like our righteous foremother Judith? Are we really moving like our righteous foremother Susanna? These are questions I got to ask myself as well. So on a spiritual level, we got to make sure we're in the right type of spirit. Like Sister Giselle said through the spirit, a dragon in the hair. That's terrible. That's terrible. It's terrible. Like the Sister Giselle said through the spirit, you know, spending a long time with the Most High, maybe going out in nature, you feel me? Whatever the Most High has you doing through the spirit. We have to make sure we're doing these things. This is 1 Samuel 16 and 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. So again, the Most High looking on our heart, you know. So we got to make sure we're taking care of ourselves spiritually, by making sure our spiritual tabernacle getting purged from these spiritual demons, by making sure we're fasting these spiritual demons off, to make sure Satan is not getting comfortable in our spiritual realm, to make sure Satan ain't in our spiritual tabernacle with his feet kicked up drinking wine, to make sure, you know, we're moving in the right type of spirit, that our spirit, you know, we're being cleansed every day, that we're fasting, reading, and living by this living word. There's a lot. I don't know what that precept is. Do anybody know that precept? But the word is life, or something like that. Lily pulled something similar to it about this is our living bread. Word of Yahweh is the bread, but You know, we got to really just feed our spirits, most importantly, make sure we're taking care of ourselves spiritually. You know, you can kill two birds in one stone. Go out in nature, sit in that and read the words of the Most High. You know, me and my king, when we was at his parents' house, they have a hammock. We went outside in the front yard, sat on the hammock, and was just kind of studying. Hey, you out in nature, feeling good, enjoying the Most High's creation, and you also reading. Hey, two birds in one stone. You know, if anybody got a beach nearby, want to get high, hey, kind of go on the beach, sit in the sand, read the words of the Most High. You know, just take care of ourselves spiritually, and we got to self-examine. We definitely got to self-examine to do these things.
So like I do have a precept. This is another form of self-care. This is Esther chapter 2 and verse 12. And the reason that when every maid's turn was come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months according to the manner of women, for so were the days of their purification accomplished, to wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh and 6 months of sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the women. So in the ancient world, us women used to take care of our hygiene. You know, so with them soaking, we could find, you know, natural, vegan or healthy ways to also soak and take care of ourselves as well.
Anybody else that have a precept they want to bring out or something? Sis, we did. It's called Scan Halal. And no, you're good, sis. All praises to the Spirit. Sister Lily dropped in the chat, self-care is being honest with yourself. She dropped Sirach 23:19. Such a man only fears the eyes of men and knoweth that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. Sirach 1:29, be not a hypocrite in the sight of men and take good heed without speaking. So we got to take good heed to what we speak. Also, that's a precept, 1 Timothy 4:16. And it reads, give me 1 second. 1 Timothy 4:16, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So how the Most High had me read that through the Spirit. And I was reading that, you know, we gotta just take good heed. You know, we gotta take heed to what we tell others. We gotta take good heed to what we speak. We don't want to be a hypocrite. So if you're telling the sister to, you know, make sure she's taking care of herself spiritually, make sure she's taking care of herself, you gotta do it as well. We can't be a hypocrite. And like the sister Lily said, you know, self-care is also definitely, you know, just being real with yourself. So that's a beautiful, beautiful point. Just being real with yourself and what you like in, what you need to work on. How can you do better with this? Because like I said, the key question today, how can you be of service unto others when you don't even know how to be of service to yourself? When you don't got your spirit right, you don't got your mental health right, you don't even know how to love yourself. How can you do that to others? And we were created to be helpmeet. We are helpers. How can we help our nation, help our sisters, help our kings? We can't help ourselves. How can we love them? We can't love ourselves. So it starts with us, and ultimately, most importantly, it revolves around Yahweh Shema Shah, because, you know, we got to take care of our spirit as well. Call like Yahweh Shema Shema like Yahweh Shah. You know, just balancing everything, y'all. Definitely is just balancing everything. And then I had Ecclesiastes 3:13. This is the last precept I had. And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of Yahweh. So basically, you know, just enjoying the benefits that come from the work we put in. You know, we be busy. We get the Sabbath, rest day, but we be busy. You know, we be busy. We be having a lot to do through the spirit. We be having busy days. So it's okay to just sit back and relax. But we definitely got to make sure we're keeping Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh first. We got to make sure we're doing the works, doing what we can to increase. We got to make sure that we're just moving in the right type of spirit. It's a just balance in everything. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. There's nothing wrong with a spa day. There's nothing wrong with spending one-on-one time with the Most High. There's nothing wrong with withdrawing yourself. If it's on your spirit to just get off your phone for a few days, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But let's just know so they don't think you're ignoring them. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with doing these things. So Lord willing, we can find a just balance, you know, and taking care of ourselves spiritually, mentally, physically, and just making sure we're just moving in the right spirit, making sure we're self-examining to see, are we really, what can we work on? You know, because again, we cannot be of service unto others. How can we be of service unto others when we lack so many things within ourselves? So Lord willing, we can just continue to self-examine, you know, moving in the spirit of righteous foremothers and our forefathers, selected foremothers, just being mindful what we feed our body, what we feed our spirits, you know, and just self-examine to see what we need to work on, what areas we slack in. Because those are really all the precepts I have for today. If anybody had anything they want to say, the floor is yours.
Well, I don't have a precept to bring up, but do I haven't found a different and much better way to do studying? So basically I got like this little box. It was goodie powder box. So I took all the goodie powders out and I basically did like a raffle. So I did like a study session or schedule. So I did basically everything I do for studying. I put study session A, B, C, D, and I folded them up and put them in a box. And also did like some self-examinations. And I had cut them up, put 1, 2, 3, you know, based off how many, you know, I have written down. Because I know if I put, for example, let's say anger. If I write anger, I'm not going to open my self-improvement book to see what things I need to do to not have the anger spirit on me. So I basically put them all in a little box. I shake it up daily and I pull out what the Lord gonna have me to do as far as studying. And with this self-examination, I decided what the Lord had me to do that for at least like a week, you know, to try to get some type of improvement. So that can be done, you know, spiritually. You know, if you're trying to find a new way to study or stay in the spirit of study, that'd be a good way to.
Sis, I like that. Lord willing, I can definitely try that. So it kind of sound like the fruit of the spirit. The most I had me and some other sisters doing the fruit of the spirit challenge, but Lord willing, I can try that. At my dorm apartment back in Houston, you know, I was watching a sister video, and I just her video, what she said she do through the spirit, she write down just stuff on note card on sticky notes, stick around the house. So I just was self-examining and writing what I can work on better, what I need to work on, how I can be better. And I just put it on my little wall right by my desk. So Lord willing, you know, definitely send that. Lord willing, I can definitely try that. But we just want to self-examine to see how we can just move, how we can just do better, you know, when it comes to ourselves with the walk with the Most High, how about Shema Shah, areas we lack in, you know, those beautiful way to self-examine. So Lord willing, you know, that really helps you. Lord willing, it helps us. But we just want to make sure we're moving in the right spirit and just doing everything we can to stay in the spirit and continue to fight these spiritual demons, you know, because how can we fight these spiritual demons if we're not even in the spirit most of the time, you know? So we got to just continue to stay girded up and wear the whole armor of the Most High, because if we don't have the Most High's armor and protection on, then how can we even stand against these spiritual demons? That's why Ephesians 6:11, it says, wear the whole armor of the Most High so we may be able to withstand the wiles of the devil. We can't withstand the wiles of the devil if we can't even fight these demons. We don't got the whole armor of the Most High. But those really are the precepts the Most I had me write down, and some points. The points he had me want to go two through the spirit. Those are really all the things I wrote down. So I really didn't have nothing else, and I don't want to just be speaking from my own belly, but Lord willing, we can just apply these precepts to our life and just find a just balance in everything. Remember, where there's no law, there's no sin. So Lord willing, we can just take care of ourselves spiritually, spend that one-on-one time with the Most High more often, just taking care of ourselves, having some me time, because there's nothing wrong with doing these things. But of course, how about Shema Shai come first? So there just has to be a just balance. But being in this truth does not mean neglect yourself. We have to show ourselves love, and we cannot be of service unto others if we're not even doing right by ourselves. We're not even doing right by the Most High. So Lord willing, we can work on ourselves. Most importantly, self-examine and focus on being a better servant of the Most High. Focus on being a better sister, because we cannot help anyone else. We can't even help ourselves. So Lord willing, we can apply these precepts to our life, continue to endure, move in the spirit of righteous foremothers, just continue to, fast these demons off, purge these demons off, and get our spiritual tabernacle cleansed from these spiritual demons, and just continue to get our spirit right before our hell breaks loose. So kind.
And this was a good, helpful, and beautiful lesson through the spirit.
Y'all, I love y'all. Continue to endure. If y'all need anything, Lord willing, we can just continue to bear these burdens together. And I love y'all so much. Call out how about Shema Shine, Lord willing.
Love you too.
Lord willing, we can just have a just balance. Just balance and continue to endure, y'all.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. You have a safe night.
I love y'all. Pray before y'all go to sleep.
Love y'all too. Kind. Shalom, y'all. Love y'all. Hey, it's just me and you.